Hello everyone and welcome to what is now Grant's Woods. It's the very latest addition to the Settlers Inn here in downtown Hawley, Pennsylvania. A beautiful setting here for private dining in these private dining cabins. 3 of them just created over the last several months as the owners of this property decided they'd always wanted to do something here. And this is what the result was. Some restored and reused barn wood and barn doors from the region, and really created these places where people can come and sit privately away from other people as we still social distance and find themselves dining and sharing in conversations together away from other people. And look behind me too. You can see that this is just a wonderful setting for people to come on out or sit around a fire, have some conversation. There's some lights all around the place and right in the middle of these trees as well. So we'd like to have a little chat now with the owners of Settlers Inn, who have devised this wonderful place here, just a stone's throw away from the actual Settlers Inn. Guys, this is pretty awesome.
Hey Jim, how are you?
I'm well. Thank you again for having us. I just came over the other day, Grant, and met you and was like, wow, by how much this property has transformed just in the last 6 months.
It's true, and because of the arrival of the pandemic, trying to reinvent outdoor dining, Justin's team met and created this concept of having outdoor picnic in the woods along the Lackawaxen River as an additional option for a dining experience. Yeah. And it's coming out really nicely, and yeah. We think there's some interesting and kind of out-of-the-box quirky stuff going on here, if you will.
Quirky stuff, that's our new tagline.
I love it. I love it. And this was really a vision that you had in your mind, but then you had to put, this was unused property, rustic as it was. And then you had to put people to build these tables that we are even sitting at right now.
I will say that even from a child growing up here, these woods were underutilized in terms of having 2,000 feet of frontage on the Lackawaxen River. And it just wasn't connected to the property in the same way for hotel or restaurant use. The gardens have always been a trademark. And so when we were shut down in the spring, we had, before COVID, talked about, hey, wouldn't glamping sites be cool along the river, as they're on trend and would be a great use. And we have a lot of sustainability stories throughout our hospitality group. So we said, all right, well, let's look at that. And then when we were shut down and we had to spread dining, and we kind of put it all in a pot and said, let's take that same glamping idea, build the cabins that are not fully enclosed, and look at them as a creative way for private dining, but still have that feel like you're camping, but in a pretty nice setting. So we have over 12,000 man hours into creating Grant's Woods in the March, April, May timeframe. And we opened up here in July for the dining aspect. And we still have quite a bit to do. But we've built the cabins, we have the dining, the fire pits, and we're adding some sculpture and artwork. We're adding some hammocks from a local quarry. We've done some pretty cool cutout bluestone tables and benches, some reclaimed steel for the fire pits, and we're going to be building an outdoor demonstration kitchen for next that'll be put to use for next season, that we'll be building this fall, along with the glamping sites that we originally hoped for.
Yes, and I think one of the things is that the pavilions are built out of reclaimed and recycled things from our other properties, from the local region, and a lot of the local artisans and skilled craftspeople. Our fire pit was made from the folks around the corner who have just done a fabulous job with that. The bluestone tables and benches from a shop in stone. So reaching into the local community for the skill sets of art and the creativity has been really a lot of fun. So we have doors from a riding stable from the 1800s. We've got barn wood. We've got remnants from our silk mill roof. And
we actually have 4 centuries of reclaimed wood in this one table cabin. Wow. We have the posts here are from a pre-colonial barn that was taken, that was put up in 1760. We have the horse stable doors, as well as a barn from Damascus in Wayne County that was from the 1800s, as well as the silk mill in Hawley, one of our buildings. The gable ends are harvested roof trusses from the Hawley silk mill, and that's all from the 17 and 1800s. And then we have reclaimed wood that we've used in other projects going back into the 1900s, and then a modest use of new lumber from this century to finish it off, and for some structural elements. But so we have actually 4 different centuries represented in each one of these cabins. So it's a pretty cool wood story.
And a chandelier to boot. Who would think that you would have a chandelier?
Of course. Well, you have to have a chandelier.
You do have to have one.
Otherwise, it would just be camping. It wouldn't be glamping.
There would be no glamorous angle to that. And really, you guys have, this is the latest and greatest for Settlers, how you guys went into the silk mill and renovated that and upgraded that, and ledges as well with glass by the waterfalls. And there are a lot of properties like Silver Birches, too, that you've invested heavily in. So, you guys keep seeming to morph into like more refined, more unique, more characteristic of what your properties are.
Well, and I think the hospitality industry has to do that, particularly in our current time. You've got to get out of the box and do what you can to, one, entice the customer, but 2, to satisfy the customer, because there's this new desire to be outside. Health, walking. Our property here is located along the Hawley Trail, which is right alongside this property. So there's all of that, back to nature, fly fishing in our river here, and that kind of thing. So, out of the box thinking, I think.
And I'd say from the guest standpoint, like good food and a place to stay is not hospitality today. And it wasn't even 10 years ago.
Right.
So trying to find something that's a unique experience and entice people to go out to do it safely and to do something they can't do anywhere else.
Right.
So people are not going out as much. They're not traveling as far. But it doesn't mean that they don't want a world-class experience.
Sure.
Such as the motorcycle going down Route 6 right now.
Right. but one of the
You get
things,
the real feel, right?
You get it all.
but one of the things about the Pocono Mountains and the Upper Delaware River Valley is that we have natural wonders and secret places all over the breadth of our region. So it's kind of an easy turn to highlight those things for our customers.
Yeah, when I talk about the Pocono Mountains to people who may not be familiar, I'm just saying social distancing is baked in to what we do here. You can be out on the lake. You can come here and feel like you are private dining, clearly.
Yeah.
But then you can also still have that, if you bring a family out or if you bring a close-knit group of friends out, you can really have that experience that will be unforgettable.
Yeah. We also have, just worth mentioning, and my father wouldn't probably bring it up otherwise, but he's been working for years along with a lot of other people on the trail system, connecting aspects of Wayne and into Pike County. And part of that trail goes through here, and there's a small loop around Grants Woods, and in a 1/4-mile loop, you have the Lackawaxen River, a segment of the canal, the gardens at Settlers, and now Grants Woods. So we allow our guests to take that as an amenity, but it's open to the public too. And so it's just a great time and a great aspect to add to your pre or post dinner.
We've seen a lot of interest on social media, Facebook, Instagram. People want to get out. They want to experience nature. And there's no better place to do that, especially if you're hungry or if you're thirsty.
That's right. We have no
wanna hear-
objection to people buying food or drink while they're here.
Of course, yeah. Stay for the view, right?
That's right. That's
And
right.
we can listen to live jazz outside in the woods, right?
It really is amazing. What you guys have done here, transforming this area of your property, I commend you for it. You guys really have done a great job in pivoting and changing and adapting to the changing landscape of hospitality. And, people would not be at all disappointed, I tell you that. Pocono Mountains, it has a lot of different places to visit, but this is a must visit when you are here. So people can find you at settlersin.com.
Yep, thesettlersin.com.
thesettlersin.com. And you can find a lot of other properties as well that you guys manage on the lake, next to a gorgeous waterfall. We've done interviews there too. I mean, we should just do these on a regular basis, especially
I agree.
if we get fed and you know, a lot of beverages too.
Yeah.
No complaints if we end up with that. But thank you both for joining us here on Pocono Mountains on Facebook and of course on PTN as well, the Pocono Television Network. I'm Jim Hamill, live from the Settlers Inn with the Genslinger gentlemen, and we bid you farewell.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you.